Awesome. Hey, everybody. My name is Mickey, one of the release lead shadows, and this is week 11 of the release cycle on November 15, 2023. Please be remembered that this is a Kubernetes community meeting, which means we adhere to the CNCF Code of Conduct, which can be summarized as be excellent to one another. Now that we are in week 11, I want to jump down to the open discussion section and see if we have anything parked there. Currently does not look like it. As always, please add any comments and suggestions about the release process to the 129 retrospective doc. This is something that we do actually go through and review, and you can even be part of that meeting if you so choose. And it is really valuable to get that information. One thing I would add is that we actually had a very productive meeting at the Kubernetes Contributor Summit at KubeCon this year. So one of the things that we talked about was how we can improve the retro doc. So again, it is very valuable to use that as a resource for sharing your feedback on the release process. Is there anything that someone had not gotten a chance to add here that they would like to discuss now?
I will add another point here. Mickey has created a very great list of notes from what we discussed during the KubeCon NA SIG release in-person meeting, and I will add a link to that in the document right now. We had a lot of action items coming for release team, related improvements, and if somebody wants to chime in there, add their own inputs, please feel free to do so. We might have few dedicated discussions happening around few of the major action items in SIG release meetings and others in retrospective meeting, which is going to happen end of release cycle. So just look for those notes, and if you feel you can add anything there, you want to plus one anything, that would be helpful. I'll share a link in the document right away. Thank you.
Cool, thanks so much. All right, on to enhancements.
Yes, hello everyone. Our status is green for this week, and we tracked all enhancements. That was basically it. Thank you.
Cool, thank you. Any questions for enhancements? All righty, moving on to CI signal. Ricky, are you on, or is anyone else on from the CI signal team?
Hey, sorry about that. Turns out I was muted. Hey, everybody. Our status is currently yellow for CI signal. We've got 3 issues that we're currently or primarily tracking. A master informing failure that's been going on for some time. The tests are passing, but the job is failing due to some GC or G-Cloud copy issues. SIG-Kate's infra is looking at that. And then we have a master blocking test that's currently flaky and has been for a little while. And SIG Cloud provider is looking for that. And Paco, do you want to talk about the evented plague?
Yes, that is not in the master blocking or informing test grid, but I think it is something we should take attention, because when for this CI it enabled all beta features and alpha features. This one which has problem is evented PLED. This is beta but default disabled, and when it is enabled, it will make the static pod field to start, especially for the control plane components, scheduler and Kubernetes control manager. There will be duplicate container for the static pod, and one will running and the other will field for part in use or something like that. So so the cannot so the E2E test cannot run successfully. I think this test is important one, and we should make it pass. It failed for almost a month, I think. More than a month.
Yeah, Paco, like, is it already triaged by SIG node or SIG testing? Like people are already taking a look at this. I think I saw some discussion on the issue
Yes,
on the issue itself. Yeah.
one contributor is working on it, and I have also looked into it, but I'm not very familiar with the detailed code, and no other reviewer or approver is looking into it, I think.
Yeah. Can we do something like tagging the SIG node and SIG testing leads as well, since we are approaching beta and then following release candidate cut? If this is super important, I think we, after having discussion with the leads, we can add a release blocker, or maybe like a critical urgent, some labels to actually have it on our boards so that we can actually track it um, outside of this discussion as well. So can we do that, like have a conversation with SIG node and SIG testing
Okay.
leads about this? Okay. And thank you for bringing this. Right. I had another question as well on the master informing failure we are having in SIG scaling tests. Uh, so, is there anybody specific from SIG KTS infra group who is taking a look at the GCP side, infrastructure side problems? Um, like just
There
in
is.
case we need. Okay.
Yeah. Just recently, I think today or yesterday, one of the maintainers was assigned or assigned themselves to investigate it more deeply.
Okay, okay. If we need any help, I would highly suggest to tag DIMS and Arno as well if we are not getting a response in time. But I think look, things are good if somebody has already started taking a look at it. That's all from me. Thank you for the updates.
Cool, thank you. Any other questions for CI Signal? All right, on to bug triage.
No, our status is currently green. We have no blocking issues or PRs, just 2 open issues and 7 open PRs. That's it.
All right, great. Any questions for bug triage? All right, on to docs.
Hi everyone. So I'm going to be giving the updates on behalf of the docs team. So our status is currently yellow, and the reason is that 3 of the enhancements that were supposed to be part of the or should have been ready by yesterday, which was the 14th of November, aren't ready. But the good news is we've communicated with all the people that defaulted, and then they said that we should give them extra time. So one of them should be due by Thursday and then another one by Friday. So hopefully by Friday this week, we have everything ready. Yeah, so that's the updates from the docs team.
Cool, thank you. And if you have any issues getting those docs by Thursday or Friday, I think feel free to escalate. The lead shadows can help out reaching out to SIGs if that would make any difference. But otherwise, I just want to make sure these folks actually come through when they said they're going to.
Yeah, sure. We'll make sure that we communicate any updates on the channel, on the Slack channel.
Thank you, perfect. Any questions for SIG docs, not for SIG docs, for docs, the sub team? All right, on to release notes.
Hi, I'm Meng Jiao. Our status is green. The release notes team informed the 6th The collection of major themes has had achieved its deadline, and now we have received responses from 86, including 6 scheduling, 6 storage, 6 network, Windows, cloud provider, instrumentation, 6 node, and auth. We have submitted the Alpha 2.3 nodes PR, which is ready for review. We have created the non-issues issue for collaborating on the non-issue additions for the 1.29 release notes. That's all. For collaborating on the non
I have a quick question, more to the
issue
entire release.
additions for the 1.29 release notes. That's all.
Yep.
Um,
Sorry for cutting you in. Thanks, Mingjao, for the updates. I was just going to ask the entire release notes group, mostly Federico, about the Alpha 3 PR, release notes PR. Who are the right people to actually review it, uh, review the changes that we are adding as part of the release notes PR? Is it somebody from the release notes team itself, or from the SIG release product?
Yeah, so that's a good question. One thing that we always do is obviously have the release notes team, the shadows, go there and make a first pass. Then afterwards, I jump from the examples that I have from before, is someone from the release team leads. I don't know if someone specifically, but I can check if there's some praxis around that. I know that
Okay.
last time you mentioned, you pinpointed someone to go there and have a look. I think that it should be something from the SIG release group, but I'll confirm it and I'll update that information in the release notes channel.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, last time I actually added the approve label as well, but this time I wanted to be sure, like somebody who actually have better
Absolutely.
context on the content being added can actually add the approval label. Also, I added Rodolfo because he's from the lead shadows group and
Yep.
been part of the release notes team
Yep.
before. So that was the context behind that. But yeah, thank you, Federico. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? If not, we can move on to comms.
Hi, so our status is yellow. Sorry, I hope there weren't any other questions.
No,
So our status is yellow. The feature blog draft PR deadline was yesterday, and we did one final outreach with the CAP owners who had previously indicated they were opting in. And so we got answers from them. Only one did not respond, and that was for one of the removals, I believe the entry cloud providers. So I'm not sure what the status is on that. Carol might be able to speak to it. And then our current status with the feature blogs, we have 2 ready for review, 5 placeholder PRs created, and we're going to be assigning publication dates to those. We'd like to see that ready for review number higher. That's why the status is yellow. We did merge the PR for the mid-cycle blog, so that was done yesterday. We have a draft PR open for the release blog, and we're working with the SIGs to request input and review for the content for the release blog. And that's our status for this week.
Cool. Thank you so much. Any questions for comms?
Again, me. Thank you so much, Christian, for the updates. Just confirming the mid-cycle blog is scheduled for November 16. Is that correct?
I believe so. Carol, do you know for sure?
I got the date from the PR. Just confirming the PR date is the date that will be the publishing date for the blog. But it's okay. I think we are good there
Yeah, I
since
think
the
we
PR is finished.
18 because we already was merged and the sequence things will be published.
Yeah. Thank you, Carol, for the update. Also, circling back on the one non-responding draft PR about the in-tree cloud provider. Can we like bump the request again to the SIG release? I think this is one of the important ones. And if we can get any update, that would be helpful. So can we try tag me? Please feel free to tag me as well in the thread, so I know where the discussion is happening, and I'll try to help
Thank you.
getting some folks there. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Any other questions for comms? One thing for me is that if you need an additional reviewer for the ultimate release blog, please feel free to reach out to me because I'm happy to take a look.
Great, thank you.
All right, on to release branch management. And if Jim's not on, we can skip.
I can take that. Jim provided a sync update
Okay.
that there is nothing alarming, and we are good for cutting beta on Thursday. So yeah, that's the update
Okay.
from branch management right now.
Sounds good. Let's see, I do not see Xander on right now, so we can run past Emeritus Advisor updates and on to Priyanka. Go ahead.
Thank you. Again, the update from Xander would be same. Please work on the lead succession. It's to air all the role leads and shadows. If you are interested in leading for your roles, please provide feedback to your leads. Please provide your interest to your leads. And you can do the same to Xander as well, and myself too. Thank you. Coming back to my updates, again, we have our beta 0 scheduled for November 16, which is tomorrow. We'll be starting our daily burn down meetings next week. We have already scheduled our meetings for Monday, Wednesday, which is today, and Friday. From next week, we'll have daily async meetings on Slack on Tuesday and Thursday, just to get a pulse of our updates. And I just wanted to check the status on our release signal handbook. First of all, thank you, Vyong and Leo, for all the work that you are doing on the PR. Just want to check if we will be good to have the PR merged by sometime early next week or end of next week. Would that be possible, looking at what the current status of reviews?
Yeah, I'll address the review items tonight, and if Leo gives another review, then I think it would be possible to get it in early next week or the end of next week.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I think following that, we'll try to send out an update to the dev mailing list, just a wider community mailing list to inform people of the new handbook. That's the final goal with this handbook work from this particular cycle. And thank you once again for all the work there.
No worries.
That's all from me.
Cool, thank you. And then anyone from SIG Scalability on? Oh, go ahead, Federico.
Yeah, it's just a follow up to the previous point, just to avoid leaving it hanging. So the what I've observed in the last versions is that obviously those that approve are the ones in the SIG release teams group. So because they are the ones in the owner file, and typically the review is asked to two groups, right? The SIG release leads and the release team leads. That on top of the release team notes team own pre-review. So someone from the SIG release leads team eventually needs to do the approve.
Got it. So this time I'll try to get somebody from the SIG release leads.
But there's one thing that others made and I didn't this time. I can also add a comment there with the CC to those two groups, just to make them aware that the release is there and waiting for an approval. And I think this makes it clearer.
Yeah, that is perfect. I think all we need is just to send people, the right people, a ping that if they have anything to add, they add it before it gets merged. Also, sorry about it. I have another point for release notes. So we have our known issues issue open. Do you think, Federico and release notes team, do you think we should send out an email to the community mailing list to just add leads mailing list to get some input there, or is it too early to do so? What are your opinions? I mean, well, we are in week 11, so I don't know if it's too early, but yeah.
No, I have no objection to it. I would say that perhaps in a couple of 1 week or two, it would be we would have more visibility in what kind of possible known issues exist. In the last two releases, if I'm not mistaken, those issues were left pretty much empty. So I don't have personal experience in dealing with it, but I mean, known issues are actually also used in previous versions for things that users might have to manually change, for example, things around major changes in user interfaces, etc. So the expectation is that yes, SIG owners and specifically enhancement owners will add something there if they want to highlight that the users will need to manually do something, or there's a known limitation. So I think that making that information available to enhancements owners everywhere is we lose nothing, and we have quite a bit to gain.
Yeah. I also have the same feeling. I remember like last cycles we do not have anything on this known issues issue, and if there should be something on that issue, I think maybe doing some outreach might help. So yeah, I can work with you on sending an email. Maybe we can send out an email by sometime end of this week to the leads chairs and leads mailing list as well as the dev.
I can draft something and pass it by you and then send
good.
it.
Thank
Perfect.
you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's all. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Well, last chance to share anything. Otherwise, I'm going to pause the recording. All right, 3, 2, 1. Cool. All right, let me pause the recording.